Okay, so recording in progress, meaning we have started recording. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OWCC 2024. Welcome to OWCC 2024. We are recording for everyone, and it's very important to let you know that we're going to share the recording on our YouTube channel. I'm going to show you that shortly. I think some of you saw the screen when we're doing the test. We already have a YouTube channel that we post all of the trainings and all of the days that we will be here. All of the trainings and recordings are going to be posted on the YouTube channel. So please do not worry yourself about recording on your own device. We are already doing that for you. And immediately after this program, within an hour or a few minutes, it's going to be on the YouTube channel. You can go there and watch. Maybe you forget about something, you can still go there and watch the meeting. Also, we have the past editions there. You can also go there and watch other programs as well. So let us know where you are joining us from. We have already passed 120 persons. So let us know where you are joining us from. Say your name and also where you are joining us from, just in the chat box. So let us know where you are joining us from. And I'm going to call on one of our special volunteers to come and give us our welcome remarks for today. So Francine, if you are there, please give us our welcome remarks for today. Let me see. Sorry, let me see if I can get you here. I think. Yeah, just check your screen. I've already asked you to unmute. Unmute. Francine, can you? Francine, can you?
Yeah, yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. So you can go ahead. So you can go ahead.
All right. Good evening, CEO. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody, according to the respected time you're in. I'm by names of Navegas Francine, and I'm here to welcome you all. Dear participants, we are delighted to extend a warm welcome to you as a participant in our online Winter Computer Concept OWCC 2024 training program. On behalf of our dedicated team, we commend your enthusiasm and commitment to expanding your knowledge in the exciting field of computer science. Over the course of this program, we aim to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of various concepts and topics that form the backbone of computer science, whether you are a beginner eager to dive into the world of coding or an experienced professional seeking to enhance your skills, we have designed this program to cater to the learners of all levels. Our team of experienced speakers, industry experts, and passionate educators has meticulously curated their materials, among others, to ensure a well-rounded learning experience. By the end of this training program, you will have a solid foundation in the fundamental principles of computer science and be equipped with the practical skills necessary to tackle real-world challenges. Once again, I welcome you all to our 5th online winter computer studying concepts. Once again, we welcome you all.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was the voice of Francine, a wonderful volunteer, very active as well into what she does. Welcome if you are just joining us. Welcome, just let us know where you are joining us from by sending your name and the location in the chat box. So now I'm going to play this video as an overview of TIT so that at least you can get a little bit of understanding as to what we do or who we are.
Day1 Innovative Tech, DIT, with the color representation of green, blue, and white. It was founded in 2018. It is our vision to use technologies to transform lives. There are lots of great minds out there, but the opportunities to learn and grow haven't been presented to them. DIT will use technology to provide career guidance, personal development, national transformation, tech events, and much more. DIT is operating on these 4 pillars: develop, build, connect, and impact. These pillars can be applied to individuals, groups, companies, nations, and society at large. Activities of DIT since its establishment have been: 1. Personal development of the founder in terms of higher education and networking with great minds. 2. Producing educational videos about computer science or tech, networking, windowing, programming, IoTs, web development, etc. These videos are being uploaded to DIT various social media platforms like WeChat, Facebook, YouTube, etc. 3. Organizing special classes or tutorials for individuals among others. 4. Web development projects. 5. Conducting global webinars, which are done during the winter and summer seasons, and many others. The prospect of DIT is to establish a free online learning platform and technical schools throughout Africa and the world. The takeaway for the audience are: 1. Exposure to a certain domain, some might be in a state of dilemma. 2. Career or educational guidance. 3. Hands-on from the speakers, practical tips, tools. 4. Connections or networking with like-minded people within the industry. 5. Certification. 6. Future partnership. DIT is open to partnership for the betterment of humanity and society. We can only have a minimally criminal-free environment, job opportunities, small businesses, entrepreneurship, and a vastly growing economy when the minds of young people are geared toward finding solutions through the use of technology. Where there is a lack of creativity and innovation, the nation and its people are doomed to stagnation and economic hardship. So, join us at DIT as we develop, build, connect and impact.
Okay, so that's the overview of TIT.
Day1 Innovative Tech, DIT.
TIT, I hear you already. So that's the overview of TIT. Now let's get some other remarks from an end. I'm Orlando Tiablo, CEO and founder of TIT, the guy with this small face that you keep seeing disturbing your viewer groups and also sending you messages here and there about this program. I want to say welcome officially for those that just joined and also those that have been here. Welcome to OWCC 2024. We have volunteers on the platform. They are going to address your concern. So whatever concerns you have, please make use of the chat box. Today we're going to have one speaker, and each day we're going to have one speaker. So the 6 days we have 6 speakers. In the case of any other concern where speakers are not available, myself, I'm going to be here to share some amazing and insightful things with you that I already have prepared. So do not worry, at any point in time. Our speaker for today is here, and he will be speaking to us shortly. But let me just give you what I have to give you for now, and then thereafter, he will be coming up to start sharing what he has for us today. So as you saw the notice around, we still have people joining up to now. We have 160 plus people that are already on the platform. We should be getting more people as we progress. During the program, we have up to 500 persons that register. So we are hopeful that maybe half of that number can be here today. Many of the people are also from Asia Belt, that is China, and also Liberia. We have already shared this graph or this chart, but then you can also check our website. You're going to see more detail about it there. Also, there are different people attending this program. Some of you are students, which is the vast majority of you. Guys, can you hear me? Somebody said they cannot hear me in the chat box. If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat box. Okay, yes, you can hear me. That's good. Thank you. So we have different people joining here. Some of you students, some of you like lecturers, some of you are bankers, some of you accountant. Like so many people are here, but the vast majority of you that are here as students. So we're going to give you something that you're going to get and make maximum use of it. Everything we're going to share with you throughout this program is something that's going to take your study life or your professional life to another level. So I urge you that you take notes where possible. Some of the things that will be said here or shared will not be given to you in a group because it's obvious many people are in a group. So some of them do not attend the program, but then if we share these materials with you in the group, they are going to benefit from it. So some things, if we are not sharing in the group, we'll let you know that this will not be shared in the group. For example, at the end of today, I'm going to share with you, I wanted to make it 16, but I think it's important that I take my time to explain each of those AI tools and websites that can boost your productivity. I want to take my time to explain them. And today, the first 5 that I have for you, I think that with that first 5, it's going to take your study life or your professional life to another level. All of these things that you are seeing here that we are designing and doing, we're going to show you how we did it, and probably you can make use of those things. Later on throughout this program, the last edition we had Bosco. He's a musician and also he is an environmental or GIS engineer, a master's degree holder, but he's also a musician. So we had him on our last edition where he talked about his music, his brand and everything. We're gonna have him probably on the last day of this program where he's just going to at least refresh our mind with music, probably his work. So just stay tuned, or if you want to listen to his music in advance, you can just visit YouTube and search for Bosco_LRB. And you're going to listen to his music. If we have the time later on, I'm going to play one of his songs so that you can know. It's a very, very top, class music and a very, very inspiring. So Bosco is going to be here on the last day to share some of these things with us. We have different volunteers, about 25% register or sign up to become volunteer for this edition. It is the first time in the history of our programs to have this large number of volunteers. On the last edition, we had 10, but then many of you that are joining us from different places, you told us that you want to also volunteer. So in past time, most of the volunteers that we were operating with are people that are in China because we could easily reach out to them. But then this time around, we open it up to people from Liberia and just everywhere for people to apply to become a volunteer. And I want to say thanks ever so much to this team of volunteers for the great job they did. That's Francine, that's Ahmed, Miata, Stanley, Makili, Hussein, that's Tina, Emmanuel, Aikawa Shemi, Jala, Joan, Kaju, Salome, Wisa, Delphine, Magnus, Agnes, Flomo, Daniel, Tokpa, and the last set of volunteers here, that's Jalata Nyimpa, Joseph Evans, Abdullah, Thomas. All of you guys, thank you so much for whatever you have done to make this program a success. Thank you so much. So at the end of the program, we're going to give you a certificate if you complete 5 of the 6 days or all of the 6 days. You know, the program is going for 6 days. So if you can attend 5 of the 6 days or all of the 6 days, that means you are qualified to get a certificate. And how do we make sure that you are in attendance? So at the end of the speaker's presentation, we're going to take the attendance. So please do not leave maybe right after the speaker or before the speaker or while the speaker is in session. Do not leave because the attendance will always be taken at the end of the speaker's presentation or sharing. We're going to ask everybody to open up the cameras if you can. If you cannot open your camera, just make sure you remain on the platform. And we're going to do the attendance by taking screenshot of those that are here. And that information or that record is going to be shared immediately after the program. It's going to be shared in the WhatsApp group. It's going to be shared in the WeChat group. So you also have a way of verifying your attendance So it can be the two ways. It's not just us maybe saying, oh, you were in attendance or you are not in attendance, but you can also check the list to see if actually you were there. Another thing that you can do is, if you think you were actually in attendance, but you're not captured in the record, you can go to YouTube and check to this video and just skip the video to the end of it where we talk about the attendance or where we did the attendance. And you just find yourself in the screen there and send us a screenshot and say, oh, actually I was in attendance, but you did not recall me for today. So that's how we're going to do the attendance. So please stay at the end of the program. That's when we're going to do attendance. The program is free. No one is charging you anything. So the only thing you have to do, just stay with us as we go through this 2 hours. Is very less for a program of such. So the certificate we're going to give you, I think I will come back to this slide, but then this page you are seeing is the certificate verification. So if you visit titnetwork.org/certificate verification, it's going to take you up to this page. Once it's bringing you here, all you have to do, just enter your certificate ID, and it's going to show you if actually we have a record on you or if actually we issue you that certificate. So if your employer or whosoever you send a certificate to, and they want to verify if you actually got a certificate from us, you can just enter that ID in here to know if actually that certificate was given to you or whosoever have it. If there is nobody have this, the ID is going to tell us no record for that person. So you can verify a certificate at the end of the training once you get a certificate. We're going to have all of these speakers. Because of time, we couldn't get Professor Chris. Currently, I think it's after 2 o'clock midnight his time, and also because of the time allocation. So we'll not be having him today. We'll just be getting on to our speaker. And shortly, we're going to know who's from this 6th person that's going to speak to us. But I'm very much excited about today and also tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to have someone very, very special. Someone very, very, he's a top notch. He's a professional. So today and tomorrow, technically, are my best days. So you don't want to miss it. And we're going to have Dr. Raphael on network security. He's going to be speaking to us on network security. Cedric going to be speaking to us on vehicle network protocol. Dr. Mountain, he's going to be speaking to us on generative artificial intelligence in education. So the entire thing about AI, how can we, or what's all about it when it comes to our education? Daniel Abaka is going to talk to us on the future of software development. With the use of AI and other systems that are coming up, how the future is going to be like for software development. So probably you are thinking about going into that discipline or into that field. You have to know the prospect of it. Tia Ipan is going to be speaking to us on the experiences from building large language models apps using OpenAI API. That's might sound so complex, but we're going to break that down during his session. So Abel is going to be speaking to us on coding in the age of artificial intelligence. Do you have to take all of your time to learn coding, or do you have to take all of the time sitting to code something? Or how can we move our way around with the use of AI? So he's going to be speaking to us on that. The certificate design are already out. You can see it here for all of the different categories for speakers, for participants, and for volunteers. So if you look carefully on the certificate, you will see certificate ID. That's the ID you're going to use to verify your certificate through our website. If you want to verify, that's not compulsory or mandatory. So once you get a certificate, you can be able to verify that record from the website. I've already showed you the website. Later on, we're going to maybe share that, or you're going to see it. So on the certificate as well, you have the links for the different pages of TIT. Our email there, our website is there, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel is also there. You can make use of it. Probably you forget your certificate ID. For some of you that register, after your registration, you receive an email telling you that your order number or you successfully got your ticket or your order has been placed. So that order number that you got is the same as your certificate ID. We try to do it as a two-way authentication. So in case you lost your certificate, you can also go and check your email for that order number when you register for the program and use that order number through the website to check if your certificate was given. Or you could also send that order number to us and we can regenerate a certificate just in case you lost a certificate so far. We already started the issue of this is going to be the cover of some people that receive it, and also for some volunteers. We already have the design of the certificate already here. So that's going to be going out to people. And also for the volunteers, those people, you know, as a volunteer, what we have for you by default is the certificate. So we thought otherwise, there are some people who actually work very, very hard. And as always, we want to appreciate them. During the last edition, we gave out these t-shirts. It comes in white and also in black. We gave it out to those volunteers that really work hard. Also, we have a face cap, and also there is a band here, a TIT handband. But this time around, we're going to give the volunteers this mug, this cup, right? As a volunteer, you're going to get this from us. They are already here. We already have purchased all of them. They are here. So right after the program, all of the volunteers that really, really work hard, you're going to get your package. It's going to come up with some other things. So thank you so much for your hard work and your great job that you have done so far. So let's move quickly. Let's move quickly. So if you have not joined the WhatsApp group, please scan this QR code or take a picture of it and you join the WhatsApp group. We're going to share the attendance and also respond to every other concern you will have every day. Please join the WhatsApp group. And also, if you don't know the website, the link of the website is here, titnetwork.org. In the WhatsApp group, there we're going to talk about so many things. Also, we have a WeChat group. So if you are in China or you don't want to join the WhatsApp group, you can scan my QR code here, the one that is above. That's my WeChat QR code. So once you scan me, I'm going to accept you and add you to the TIT WeChat group because the group have already exceeded 300 persons. So you cannot join by just scanning the group QR code. We also have a WeChat channel of, you can also scan and follow the WeChat channel. If you go on Facebook and you search for TIT or Niche Technology, you find our Facebook page. And we also have a Facebook group by just searching for TIA Innovative Tech TIT. All of the videos as well will also be posted on all of these platforms. They are going to be synchronized as well. The YouTube channel, I think that there's an old picture. I think we have now up to 100 plus subscribers. All of the videos are also there. If you can just visit youtube.com/@TIT6299/videos, you're going to see all of the videos from all of the days of this training and previous training as well. So now let's dive into introducing our speaker for today. And right after our volunteer come up to introduce the speaker, the next voice we're going to be hearing is the voice of our speaker. Let me just try to find him here. And also, yeah, please check from your end. I've already sent a notification there to Stanley. So Stanley, if you are there, you can please, our speaker for today will be, you know, he has been on the first edition, the second edition, the third edition, but he was not on the fourth edition. So I thought it was to bring him back on this fifth edition. Stanley, are you there?
Yes, I get it, sir.
Stanley?
Yes, are you
Mommy
getting me?
just telling, are you there?
Yes, yes, are you getting me?
But you are low. I don't know if others can hear you. Okay, you can go ahead, Stanley.
Are you getting me?
If you are there, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so our today's speaker, he will be speaking to us on coding in the age of artificial intelligence.
Okay, so that's it. Our speaker for today is Abel V. Masale. He's a good friend and brother of mine. He's going to be speaking to us today on coding in the age of artificial intelligence, as our volunteer just mentioned. So please, after the speaker, we're going to do the attendance, but then we also have a time for you to ask questions. So for now, you just listen to him, or if he deems it necessary for you guys to speak, I'm going to open up the microphone for everyone. Probably want to interact with you. And then after his presentation, we do the attendance. If we still have time, I'm going to show you the website. Every day, I'm going to give you 5 or more. So if the time catch up with us, officially we end the meeting. And if you are interested in those websites or those AI tools, then I'm going to stay here with you to show you. So let's take our speaker for today. Ebe, are you there?
Yes, yes. I'm here.
Okay, let me just do something quickly.
Okay.
Let me just do something here quickly. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. And we're going to have our speaker now. I want to just make sure that he's able to share. Okay, can you try to share your screen, please? Let's see if that's okay. Okay, that's good. We can see it. So you can go on from there. That's all from my end. So now you can take charge. Ebe, are you speaking? Okay, okay, let me see that. Yeah, please go ahead. You should be able to unmute yourself now. Just open your microphone.
Okay, yes, exactly.
Okay, that's good.
I also need to open my camera, right?
Yeah, that would be appreciated.
Okay, I think you have to give me access to that as well.
Okay. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Hey there, guys. Um, welcome once again to another edition. So first of all, I want to begin by saying thank you to Orlando for having me here again. It's always a privilege to be on this program, especially to share, knowledge with such great people. So, well, I'm just going to go straight down to our business. And so by way of introduction, I'm Abel Masale, and I'm currently joining you guys from Korea. So today we're gonna be talking about software development in the age of artificial intelligence. That's what we're gonna be talking about today. So this is a very interesting topic, and as I noticed, most of the So first of all, let me do audio check. Am I loud enough? Guys, am I loud enough?
Yes, you are loud and get you clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
So,
yes, you're loud.
Yes, you are loud enough.
okay, great. So, let's begin. Now, here is the outline of my discussion today, what you should expect. So first of all, we cannot discuss artificial intelligence, especially in today's world, without us talking about generative AI. You know, so we also will be looking at LLMs, and it's a good thing that every speaker that's going to be speaking after me, you know, we are just going to be talking around the same thing, but it's just in different directions. So I noticed there's a speaker that's going to be talking about artificial intelligence, but in line of education. So that is very good. So today, as I'm becoming, or as I am the first speaker, I'm going to, you know, give you the introduction of most of these things you're going to come across during the time of this program. So first, we're going to look at introduction to generative AI. We're going to look at overview of LLMs. Just a minute. Okay. And we will look at the evolution of software development. We will also look at relevance of coding skills and how can we collaborate with AI as developers, and ethical considerations in artificial intelligence, and how can we prepare for the future. And I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask me a few questions and we can call it a day. So let's begin. And this presentation, when I was preparing this presentation, I had in mind that most of my audience is going to be people who are in the field of computer science, and let's say those who have interest in the field of computer science. So most of what we're going to be discussing going to be centered around that. Now, what is generative AI? Generative AI just refer to the type of artificial intelligence that is designed to generate new content or data that resembles something it has been trained on. So in simpler terms, it's like teaching a computer to create something new, such as images, text, or even music, by learning from a large set of existing examples. So now we're going to understand this more as we proceed. Now, there are some benefits of generative AI. And one of the benefits of, or some of the benefits of generative AI, for instance, it helps in the process of content generation. So like to create content for website, social media, you know, it helps you save time and all that. So generative AI can also be used for language translations.
Hello.
Can you
just
share, please, the screen you are talking about?
Full view, and I think the static is not moving along.
Oh, the slide is static?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. The slide is not moving.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Like I was not able to see the outlines when you were talking about it. I was not able to see them on the slide.
Oh, yeah, true. So how can I? Okay, so just a minute.
Just look lower here where you have to. Okay, good.
Yeah, now it is
Okay,
good.
so I'm gonna change it and see if it change.
No, it look better now.
It change? Is it changing?
Yes.
Okay, is it changing? Okay, great. So
Yes, now it's looking good.
okay, good. So like this is the overview. Like I said, introduction to generative AI. We'll talk about LLMs. We'll talk about the evolution of software engineering, and we will talk about relevance of coding skills. We will also talk about how to collaborate with AI and some ethical considerations in the field, and how we can prepare for the future as developers or as students that are interested in being a software engineer. And then we're going to ask a few questions and we be done for today. So like I said, generative AI refers to a type of artificial intelligence that is designed to generate new content or data that resembles something that it has been trained on. So I'm going to talk more on this as we proceed. So I also talk about some benefits of this generative AI. And one of them is that they are used in language translations and accurate translation between languages, enhancement, and global communication. Just a minute, please. Sorry, guys. I'm currently doing this presentation from my office, and so there might be some disruption. So in data augmentation, it helps in genetic data to improve machine learning and virtual assistants like we see in ChatGPT and those kind of things. And it can also be used in autonomous vehicle, that is to enhance self-driving car technology, like the perception and decision making. Okay, so let's proceed. Now let's look at LLMs. So LLMs basically means large language models. Large language models. That's what LLMs stand for. So they are an advanced type of language model that is trained using deep learning techniques on massive amount of text data. Now, the way this works, they use the entire internet, right? And just take a lot of text data, no matter, regardless of the language. So be it English, Chinese, Japanese, they take all those, text information and then train them on this model, and then we, the users, can ask questions based on what the model have learned over a period of time. Okay, and LLMs. So I'll explain that. Generative AI is like a big playground with lots of different toys for making new things. So see a more like the field of science. And then with generative AI, there are many aspects. For instance, it can be used to create poems, music, pictures, and even videos. But LLMs, on the other hand, they are just text builder in that playground. So if generative AI can be likened to science, LLM will be more like health science or physics, something like that. So LLMs are just one aspect of generative AI. But this aspect of LLMs, they only focus on text, like making stories, translating languages, writing codes, or even answering questions. Okay, so next, let's look at some examples of generative AI tools and LLMs. So the first one we have on the list is the one that we are all familiar with, and that is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is an LLM because it is text-based. In short, you provide a prompt, you ask a question, and then it gives you back the response in text. Now, there is also Copilot by GitHub. So Copilot help in writing codes and debugging your codes and those kind of things. The next thing is Bard. Bard is a generative AI. Primarily it started as LLM made by Google. And then there is also DALL-E. DALL-E was also made by OpenAI, and this is image generation generative AI. This is not text-based generative AI. This one is image. Now, next to Delhi, there's Midjourney, which is made by this company also called Midjourney Incorporated. And there is another one, Stable Diffusion, and this is made by Stability AI. The famous company that we all know, Facebook or Meta, they also have their own version of generative AI, and that is Lamla AI. There's also a generative AI made by Facebook or the company Meta. So there's something I also want to bring your attention to, and this is the two types of generative AI models. So, as the race of generative AI is moving very fast, big companies are quickly adapting multimodal generative AI models. So initially, I told you, if we go back like few slides, you'll see that generative AI can be used to do many things like generate audios, generate videos and text. But when, generative AI. But when this generative AI is generating only text, it becomes LLM, that is large language model. So for example, ChatGPT. So for now, big companies, these companies that you see on the screens that make these generative AIs, what they want to do is they want to find a way that these AI can be multimodal, meaning for ChatGPT, initially it was just it only accept text. So it was like single, modal generative AI. And then Copilot also accept only text. So Google Bard at the time, it accepted only text when it was initially launched, but now they changed it to something different, and we're gonna see what that is. So multimodal generative AI, just generative AI that can accept and process more than one input or data type at once. So if the generative AI can accept, it has the function to accept text, images, videos, and once it can do everything at once, it becomes multimodal. So let's look at the two multimodal we have right now. So the two multimodal we have is Google Gemini and OpenAI GPT-4. So Google Gemini was built specifically to be multimodality, with multimodality in mind. And this is capable of reasoning text, images, videos, audios, and even code. This can do this. Initially, it was Google Bard, this you see on the screen. But when OpenAI released ChatGPT, and in fact, GPT actually means generative. The G stands for generative, the P stands for pre, and the T stands for train. So generative pre-trained model. So since they want to make this about chat, they just add the word chat and call it ChatGPT. So GPT, OpenAI, generative AI model, they call it GPT. So they have the first generation, second generation, third generation, and fourth generation. So the ones that we use like free of charge, and I believe everyone in this meeting have access to, is GPT-3. That is generation 3 or third generation of OpenAI generative AI. So Google, on the other hand, was losing this race to OpenAI because OpenAI was the first company to shake this AI industry. So in terms, what they did, they launched Bard, but Bard wasn't as advanced as GPT. So recently, they had to change this and focus on something they can do that will be multimodal. So since they know that ChatGPT can only accept text, they say, okay, why can't we make a generative AI that will be multimodal. So that's how they release Gemini. And Gemini is more powerful and very amazing. We're going to see demonstration of it. On the other hand, in response to that, OpenAI upgraded GPT-3. So now there's GPT-4, and GPT-4 is also multimodal. So for instance, GPT-4 is also a large language model, and it was created by OpenAI, and it is the fourth in a series of GPT foundation models. So like I said, generation 1, generation 2, generation 3, and generation 4. So it was launched on March 14, 2023, last year. But Google Gemini was just released last year, December 6th, in response to winning the AI, race. Okay, so there's a quick demonstration video of Google Gemini and how multimodal generative AI works. So I'm going to play this video for you.
All right, testing Gemini. Here we go. Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about?
So, just to inject something, with multimodal generative AI, computer has the ability to see, to think like humans, reason, and be able to say what they see or what they experience, something like that. So basically that's what Gemini is doing. Now let's take a closer look.
All right, testing Gemini. Here we go. Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Anatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks. However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water.
Can you teach me how to say this in a different language? And give me a few options. Ooh, can you explain how to pronounce the Mandarin one? Is it Yazi?
Yazi is pronounced with a first tone. In Mandarin, there are 4 tones, which are essential to distinguish the meaning of words. The first tone is the high-level tone.
Oh, okay.
The duck is in the middle of the ocean. There is no land nearby for the duck to rest or find food. It is unlikely to find ducks here naturally.
Okay, based on what you see, come up with a game idea. Oh, and use emojis, please.
How about this? We can play a game called Guess the Country.
Sure, let's do it.
Clue 1. This country is the home of the kangaroo, the koala, and the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, that's easy.
Clue 2. This country loves football and has won the most men's World Cups in football history. You are trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Nice.
I know what you're doing. You're playing rock, paper, scissors.
What do you see now?
The fingers are spread out to look like the wings of a butterfly.
What's this?
Big ear and barking mouth, a dog.
Sweet.
The coin should be under the right hand.
I don't know.
The coin is in the left hand using a sleight of hand technique to make it appear as if the coin has disappeared. Both objects are round and flat.
There you go.
Both are food. The orange is a healthier choice than the cookie. Citrus can be calming, and so can the spin of the fidget toy. They are both examples of popular toys that have been enjoyed by children and adults alike for many years.
Give me some ideas for what I could make with this.
I see pink and green yarn. How about a dragon? Or how about a green cake with a pink heart?
Okay, how about these colors? And maybe show me some animals.
Okay, now I see blue and pink yarn. How about a pig with blue ears? Or an octopus? Or a bunny with a pink nose?
Ooh, I'll keep those in mind. Which way should the duck go?
Going left leads to a duck, which is a friend. Going right leads to a bear, which is a foe. It is better to make friends than foes, so the duck should go left.
Smart choice.
This is a picture of a crab.
That's right. Is this the right order?
No, the correct order is Sun, Earth, Saturn.
Based on their design, which of these would go faster?
The car on the right would be faster. It is more aerodynamic.
Which looks more fun?
The one on the right, because it has a loop.
What do you think this person might be saying?
How about a woohoo?
Ooh, I love that.
I see you're drawing a guitar. You've added an amp. Now it's an electric guitar. We can make some seriously loud music now. Given that you added drums, how about some 80s hair metal? All right, I see you've added a palm tree to the drawing. Change it up with some beachy vibes.
What movie are they acting out here?
I think they are acting out the famous bullet time scene from The Matrix.
Ooh, nice. What do you think might happen next?
The cat is going to jump to the wall and stick the landing. It's going to be a perfect 10. Oh, and it's a miss. It looks like it was just a little too far away, but don't worry. The cat is a natural athlete and it will be back up there in no time.
Okay, I've got one more for you. Describe the drawing I made.
It is a simple line drawing of the constellation Gemini. You did a good job of capturing the beauty of Gemini.
Nice. That's it. I think we're done.
Okay, so that was it for generative AI and artificial intelligence. So let's talk about the evolution of coding and software development. So programming and coding has come a long way, with new innovations in technology driving the evolution every time. Programming skills has always been in high demand because it enables us to create software, websites, mobile apps, games, and many other digital products that we use in our daily lives. With coding, we can automate anything and make and solve some complex problems. Now, however, coding can also be a bit hard and time-consuming, causing it to be both expensive on our mental health and social life. Today, programming languages such as JavaScript, Python, Java are widely used for various applications. Programming is all about logic, writing, and well-organized instructions for the computer to use. So now let's look at this important question. We just saw that the level in which computer have reached to solve some, complex tasks on its own. Computer can now see, computer can now reason, and computer can now write codes, by just, simple instructions. So this might be a little bit scary, for those in the field of software engineering. As a programmer, let's say you're just starting to learn how to make a website, how to make apps, or you want to learn, you want to be a software engineer. So you have seen this, and then you start to wonder, like, but is there any hope for me in this field? Because now computer can already do this. Is it possible that, when I learn this skill, it's going to be worth it? So this is the two questions. Is it still necessary to learn coding as we now see AI generating codes from just natural language prompts? Or will AI replace programmers? AI is playing an increasingly important role in programming. AI is being used to automate various tasks of programming, such as code generation, testing, and debugging. With the help of machine learning, AI can learn from the past code to predict suggestions, give solutions to programming problems. So based on this, I can tell you no. AI is not going to replace programmers, but this is something that is going to do. AI is going to change the field of programming forever. And I'm going to explain that. While it is true that AI can perform some tasks faster than more accurately, humans still excel in tasks such as tasks that require creativity. For example, critical thinking, problem solving, originality, decision making, and so forth. AI is not replacing any coders, but it is undoubtedly affecting how things are going to be done in the tech industry. Now, as I mentioned, coding is mostly about logic and creativity, and the human logic is still far advanced than artificial intelligence. For this one, I want to show you what I mean by this. So I'm going to close this PPT. I don't know if my screen is still showing. Is my screen still showing?
No, your screen is not showing.
Okay.
It was at first. Okay, I'm seeing you right now.
Okay.
I can see you.
No,
I'm currently
your screen
I'm
is not
currently
showing.
in Google. I'm currently in Google. So are you guys seeing that? Are you guys seeing my
No,
browser?
you
No,
can
no,
just you can reshare.
no.
No.
Oh,
Just
okay.
click on the share and try to share the desktop instead of
Okay,
instead of a
okay.
single
I'm gonna
screen. Just
I'm not.
share.
Just your screen.
okay. So I'm gonna share again. Okay, great.
Okay.
So I guess you guys
Yeah.
are seeing Google, right? Okay,
Yes.
that's good.
Yes.
We're gonna go
Yes,
to
yes.
we're gonna go to ChatGPT. And for this ChatGPT, we're not gonna use GPT-4 model. We're using GPT 3.5. Now, I'm gonna give in simple command, right? And ask GPT to do that. So first of all, I'm gonna say write or a function in that. That is a programming language. So I'm gonna say write a function in that to add two numbers. So let's see what we get. Great. Now, GPT gave us a function that add two numbers. So let's copy this code. We go to this website called .pad and paste this code there because we want to test it. So if I run this code, okay, there's a bit of error here. Okay, we need a closing. Okay. Oh, okay.
You have two functions orders, so you notate it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for seeing that. Now, let's run this. So you see, this function is just simple, add numbers. It take in two integers and just add them together and return the result to us. So we have the sum of 5 and 10 is 15. Okay. Now let's try to manipulate this a little bit. So I'm going to go back to my browser. I'm going to go back to GPT. And then what I'm going to say is this answer is wrong. So I'm going to say this is wrong and see. Actually, the answer is right, but I'm trying to, change this situation around. So I'm here saying this is wrong. Now, GPT assume that what I'm saying is right, even though it's right, and I am wrong, we assume that what I'm saying is right, and the answer it gave me is wrong. So let's add another tweak to this prompt. So I'm going to say I'm going to say use asterisk instead of plus. And the function should add two numbers. Now, in coding, whenever you use asterisk, it always do multiplication. But let's see what's going to happen. Okay. So I'm going to say the function should add two numbers. So, okay. So now you see, I'm going to copy this code and come back to that part and try to run this. Okay, so because I said it should use asterisk, it is using asterisk instead of plus, and it's still expecting, it's saying that the result of adding 5 and 10 is 50, and that is not true. So these are some of the limitations of these, AI models like GPT and these kind of things. So I did this to show you guys that AI in itself cannot think, it cannot reason, unless it is given an instruction to begin with. We saw earlier, we saw Gemini, suggesting things. But if the guy who was in charge was going to say, no, this is not it, it was going to think again and say, okay, it's going to give another answer. So most of the time, the answers from these generative AI models, they are not 100% accurate. Even when you get to GPT, they will tell you, it will say sometimes it will it will give information that is not true. So if you see here, it says GPT can make mistakes. Consider checking important information. So this means AI cannot be fully used to develop applications. But what are some of the things that AI can do that can be very helpful to developers? So I'm going to go back to this code. I'm going to copy this code. And then I'm going to paste it here. So, and then I'm going to say, please remember this code. Okay. Now it's saying that this is written in a C-like language. Okay. So I'm going to change this around. This is a dot code. And I was trying to add two numbers. But the response I got was 50, which is wrong. Okay. So what we are trying to do now is we're trying to do debugging with our code. That is, we have the code. Let's say we're trying to make an application, and then for some reason the code is not working. So we want to debug this code to find out what is wrong. ChatGPT is very good at that. So you're able to point out the mistakes in the code and tell you, and even give suggestions how to fix it. Now, this leads to my next topic. This is taking, like, I'm just going to open a new tab. And now you see we get help me debug. Okay, we don't want that. This is a dot code to add two numbers, but the result I got was 50 instead of uh, 15, which is wrong. Okay. So now you see it says, it looks like there is a mistake in your add numbers function. Instead of performing addition, it's currently multiplying the two numbers. To fix this issue, you should use addition operator instead of the multiplication operator. Now you also saw that initially add intentionally make the the AI to assume that it was doing the right thing. So this is one of the reasons why AI cannot replace software engineers. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the presentation because I still have some things to cover. Okay. Yeah. So you guys seeing the screen?
Yes, yes, okay.
Okay. So while it is true that AI, okay, we covered this. Now let's go to the next one. So how can we collaborate with AI then? So as developers, AI can make your work faster and easier, like automating some repetitive tasks. AI can also help you. AI can also be very good at debugging and code reviews, like we just saw an example of. And which is one of the frustrating aspects in software development, that is debugging. And AI can also predict and analyze a software or carry on software optimization by recognizing patterns that might go unnoticed. All these are very helpful to you as a developer. So because AI cannot reason on its own in terms of coding or to carry on the amount of logic that coding an entire software need, AI cannot do that on its own. So this, we can say AI in the coding in the age of artificial intelligence is going to be very secure. It is very important. I mean, it is still relevant. You can learn coding, you can focus on it, and even we're going to look at some of the jobs that are going to be in demand for you as a software engineer. Now, so last topic of discussion, how can I prepare for the future as a software engineer? You know, how to prepare for the future. So like I said, there are some jobs that are going to be, some jobs going to leave the market. Like, let's say, for instance, common jobs like making temporary websites or those kind of static websites and those kind of things. Mostly that kind of job is not going to be around, because now there are tools that can just convert. You can just do the sketch and it can convert that into a design. because that's just the designing part of your web application. But in making it functional, that is the back-end side to connect the database and make it work, or if you have app to connect the API to carry on a login and all those kind of functionalities, AI is not smart enough to carry on those logic. Now, some of the fields that as a software engineer or computer science student or someone who is interested in doing venturing in this field that you can focus on is, number one is DevOps engineer. DevOps engineer, one of the things you do, you help in deploying applications to the server. Your job will be to make sure that the applications can be received, by user well, and the speed, there'll be low latency. You there to make sure that everything that has to do with the networking part of the application is secure and is up to standard. Now, another field that most people gonna
it's like the slide is not moving.
Yeah, the slide is okay. It's okay.
It's okay, right? Okay. So most companies also going to be in serious demand for those who have the skills of artificial intelligence and machine learning, especially those who know how to develop algorithms, those who know how to do model training, those who know how to do model evaluation, and those who know how to do model deployment. Also, cybersecurity experts, because there's going to be a lot of applications that are going to come up, and there's going to be a lot of development, a lot of technologies, a lot of innovations going to come out, and it is not possible that these applications will function well if there is no one to be to make sure it is safe for users to use. So cybersecurity experts going to be in high demand. Another thing is, and these are all jobs that require some level of coding. Now, mobile app developers also, they're going to be in serious demand. Even right now, as we speak, there is also demand for those who do mobile app development. Now, IoT developers, that is those who do Internet of Things, like programming, refrigerator, programming, like making things like smart homes system, like door locks, those kind of technologies. They are even going to be more popular because of AI. So if you want to venture in any field right now, as a computer science student or as someone who is in high school and thinking of which direction to take in college, these are some of the fields that you can look at, because few years from now, like when I say few years, I mean in the next 2-3 years, these are the kind of skills that are going to be in serious demand. Currently, as we speak right now, I'm in South Korea, and I work as a software engineer. And from what I've seen so far, there have been so many, so many companies that are constantly looking for people in these areas. So no matter where you are, you can be in Liberia or wherever. Once you get this kind of skills, it's easy for even someone to be able to process anything for you because they want you to do the work. They need your skill. So as a student in computer science, these are the kind of things that you can focus on. And using AI, like AI tool like ChatGPT, Gemini or whatever. I'm not sure if Gemini right now is available to the public, but using especially ChatGPT, it can help you to 10x your productivity, as a developer. It can help you to learn faster. It can also help you to be more productive. Okay, so this is question time, as we have covered I think everything.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, just do an appreciation, and also I will speak on appreciation by just sending your thank you message in the group. Just send a thank you message in the group, appreciating our speaker. Thank you so much, Abel. Thank you so much for your sharing today. Thank you so much. We highly appreciate. For those of you that have questions, we're going to do it this way. You have to use the feature here called raise hand. So you can raise your hand on Zoom, or you can probably send a question in the chat box, and then he's going to answer your question by that. Or if you still can, we're going to ask you to unmute yourself. But let's first take those that raised their hand and those that put your question in the chat box. So while the people are appreciating our speaker in the chat box, now let's get people that raised their hand, like Emmanuel Chia. After Emmanuel Chia, we take, sorry if I don't pronounce your name right, it's Sawanda Lawrence. So Emmanuel Chia, you can unmute yourself and ask a question.
Okay. Are you guys getting me clear?
Yes, yes. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for elaborating on that. I'm most amazed for that. But here is the issue of the AI, the generative AI. Some of them they might do, let's say, some might do things that humans do, but very, very fast. So let's say AI might not be able to replace programmers, like you said, but AI do work fast. So for example, like an institution need you to do let's say a particular software, they need to build or let's say a software for them. And then because of your schedule and stuff like that. So is it advisable as a student who learns software development to be using AI tools in building software? Did you get my question?
Yeah, I get your question. That's very good. So first of all, to answer that question, I think I would want to know something. Are you a software developer, or you are a student in software development?
I'm a
Which one?
student. I'm a student.
Okay. So
software development.
how long
software engineering, rather.
Okay. How long have you
No,
been doing?
actually, I left high school. No, this is my first semester. This semester is my first.
Okay. So, that's good. So the reason I ask that, I want to know your experience when it comes to software engineering, then I will know how to answer the question. So when it comes to software engineering, it's not just coding. Coding is like 40% of what it takes to make a software. You know, you also need to do testing, you need to do planning, you need to do a lot of things, right? So there is no company that will just take an entire product and give it to AI for the AI to code. No, it's not possible. Because even humans, right? After you make the code, like where I work, after we make the code, you have to submit it for review. And then there's someone who's going to review that and they make sure that there is no error before the code is pushed to production. So to answer your question, if speaking from my experience, if you ask me to give you like advice on what to do, I will encourage you to focus on learning the fundamentals and understanding it very well. Because if you don't know it, you can go to ChatGPT and say, I want to make website. ChatGPT going to give you the code. You're not going to know what to do with it, you know? So the only way AI can be useful to you as a software engineering person is only useful to people who have experience in coding. If you're someone with no experience in coding, it's useless to you because you're going to get code, and most of the code you're going to get, nothing going to work, and you're not going to be able to know how to put the pieces together, if that makes sense. Are you there?
No, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, brother. So,
okay, so
yeah,
let's get Sawada Lawrence.
Okay. Yes, please. Thank you so much for this arrangement. And I thank our presenter for taking us through as far as the AI is concerned. I'm Lawrence Serada from University here at Jejanga Normal University. My question is, how effective can we employ AI as far as research is concerned without plagiarism? That is my question. Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So I wanted to talk about that in my presentation, but I was trying to make the presentation short. So plagiarism is one of the things in AI that is very, very is a very serious topic, because the way in which this entire generative AI thing was developed, the entire internet, right? They took the entire internet, study it. That is the blogs, the books that people wrote, all those things, they took them and gave it to AI for AI to study about it. And then whenever you ask ChatGPT questions, it is getting the information from that. So that in itself is a serious question. Even OpenAI, Google, and those big organizations, they are very, very keen on that. And it is very, very important that they themselves have not come up with answers to that yet. That's why you see when you go to most of these platforms, they'll always tell you to do fact checking on the information, because some of the information don't have accurate sources, and there's a possibility that something that you're going to take from there going to be subject to plagiarism. So
okay, thank you.
Yeah, if that answer your question, I don't know if
okay, you've answered it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get Jala Gibson. So Jala, you can ask your question.
Okay. Yo, Ibe, may I got a question? How useful is AI in network administrator? As a network administrator, how useful is AI?
Oh, okay. I think I want let's Orlando talk about that. Orlando, I think Orlando has much experience when it comes to that, So Orlando, can you help us here, please?
Yeah, for a network administrator, usually, or what you can really benefit or gain from AI, number one, there are some sites that can help you, probably number one, with a topology or design of the site, of your structure. Another thing, most of these, especially for Cisco architectures, for MicroTik, I think they are still putting out some information out there. But if, for example, you are already a network engineer and you are working on a router or trying to do some deployment, and then you really don't have an idea on some configuration to use, I think you can still use the ChatGPT and other generative models to give you the context or the syntax of how that configuration should be. Since networking is basically about devices, mostly devices and connections, you cannot really get that thing that you really need when it comes to the hardware and stuff. But when it comes to configuration, you can be able to get various kind of configuration for different protocols, like OSPF, like NAT, like ARPs, and different protocols. You can be able to get an explanation on that and how to run those commands in Cisco routers and other routers around. So for now, I think that's the best you can get from it, just giving you the configuration or the commands you need.
Yes, exactly. Because everything, yeah. Everything right now, you can say, okay, you can go on, please.
I'm sorry. What I wanted to ask is this, right? I see that maybe it can be used for configuration and stuff. So I wanted to ask, in setting up a WLAN, which is a wide area network, right? Is using AI to make the connection efficient. Is it possible?
You mean to make?
It depends
Yeah.
on the router, number one. It depends on the router, number one. For some basic routers like the TP links,
Just a
they
minute,
usually
just a
come with.
minute. Just a minute. Can you guys be discussing quickly so that I can try to set up my my laptop charger my laptop is about to go off, please.
Okay. So
yeah.
Jala, it depends on the router you are using. For Cisco routers, most of them, they requires you to use command line. For MikroTik, they have both GUI, that is the graphical user interface, and they also have the command line interface for MikroTik. So it depends on the kind of router. For TP links, which is these local routers that you see probably in some homes and probably in some local offices or canteens, those routers are pre-configured. So the only thing you have to do there when you're doing like Debbie line or line as a whole or WAN as a whole, what you have to do there is just they give you the template. So you just have to go and change the name. That's why sometimes when I just go out to restaurants or other places, people just set up the Wi-Fi and they don't change some default things. So for most of these routers, like the local ones, you will find out that the password is just from 1 to 8. That's the default password for TP links. That's the default password for many of these other local routers. So once you see the Wi-Fi name, you just put 1 to 8. For most time, it will work because they leave some default things there. So it depends on the kind of router you are dealing with to give you the kind of configuration that you need. But for Cisco, it has been in existence for a long time now. So almost all the configuration you need will be available on the internet. You just have to know what you want to do and ask the specific question. For example, if you want to maybe configure your SSID, which is the Wi-Fi name. If you want to configure the SSID on Cisco, then you can ask GPT how to configure the SSID or how to set the Wi-Fi name on a Cisco. Maybe you can put a specific model of that Cisco router, or by default, you just put the question how to configure the Wi-Fi name on a Cisco router. And you're going to get that instruction from GPT. So it can also help you on that.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for it.
Okay, so let's get 3 more questions. We have 3 minutes to 7 o'clock, and at 7:30 we should be out of here. I have some other sites to share with you today, and we also have to do our attendance. We have to leave from here exactly or before 7:30 China time, or technically it's going to be before 9:30 Liberia time. So let's get Emmanuel Babu. After Emmanuel Babu, we get Jingpan to ask the question moving forward like that. So Babu, you can go ahead.
Hello, thank you so much for the presentation.
Okay.
Of recent, I've also been I'm an electrical engineer, like studying electrical engineering, and we do some coding. So I'm also like interested in coding, and I've been trying recently, but I'm more into like web development. So I saw that you are saying the future, you advise software developers to learn DevOps and mobile application, but I didn't see you name web development particularly. So I have a question: like, is it something to go with? Yeah. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Okay. So software engineering, web development is also something to go with, but we always going to need the web, right? So we're always going to need to make web applications. So it is also something to go with. But they when it comes to pressing, so let's say something like this. In making web applications, there are 2 things you need to do. Web applications there are static web applications and dynamic web applications. So static web applications are just basic HTML pages. Those ones, they are very, very easy to do, and even AI can sit and program that by itself. But when it comes to dynamic web applications where you have to interact with databases, then things get a bit complex because a lot of logic is needed. So in short, what I was saying, all I'm saying is, if you want to focus on web applications, don't limit yourself to just the static side of web applications. That is just making HTML, CSS. Once you know how to do that, and then you feel comfortable and say, okay, I know this. But you should also be able to focus and push yourself to know how to make that static web applications to work, because that in itself going to give you more advantage and edge in your career.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Jingpeng, Zabuza. Jingpeng, are you there? You can unmute yourself and ask. So after Jingpeng, that's not Jingpeng, that's somebody else. Jingpeng, if Jingpeng is not there, let's get Henry of Vavle Sangwe.
I think I saw Jingpeng question.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, go on, please.
Okay, thank you for organizing this great program. Okay, the presenter, I have a question. You discussed about varieties of AI and how it can be used software development. I want to know, it is AI industrially approved? Like, am I free to work in the industry and use AI and don't feel ashamed and don't feel like I'm cheating, or it is industry accepted? Because industry accepted, you can use for Stacks Overflow, you can use about research or in debugging. But I want to know, it is industry accepted because you are coding software with by far the Western. That's my.
Sorry, the last part, I didn't get the last part. You're kind of breaking.
I said, if it is industry accepted, because like industry that you can use or Stack Overflows to research to debug, you can use Google to research and debug. It is industry accepted that you can use ChatGPT. Can I use ChatGPT to search for things or to debug errors in my, and then how it is like outside there, it is welcoming in the industry. Those employers don't have issue with employees using ChatGPT. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, I think I'm trying to understand the reason for which you asked the question, so that way I can be able to answer. So I think what you want to know is if employer will get problem when they see you using ChatGPT.
Yeah. If it is industry accepted, yes. If you can
Yeah,
use it at the
so
work or yeah.
from my experience, employers not really care if what tools you use to solve your problem as a developer. All they want to see is result. So yes, it is accepted. I personally currently, whenever I'm working, I have a tab open for ChatGPT. So sometimes when I get stuck, I just take the code from there and paste it in there, and it helped me sometimes. You are a person, right? And you're not expected to know everything, you know. So, but what is not accepted in ChatGPT is to use it to generate something that has to do with your educational research. That is cheating. You understand? So let's say you need to make a thesis, or you need to make uh those kind of things, right? Something that has to be unique, something that you have to think yourself. So you cannot use ChatGPT for that. That will be cheating. But anything else when it relates to coding, it is not cheating. It is legal or industry accepted.
Okay, my second question, please, before I leave.
Okay.
Are you open to networking? Like, can we connect to talk after here?
Yeah, sure. You can reach out to me on Instagram. It's the same name that I use, Abel Masali.
That's a handle, right?
Yes. Abel.masali. That's my handle. So I'll
thank
just
you.
share it here. Okay. You're welcome.
Okay, so while he's doing that, I'm trying to understand Jingpeng question, but the question from the chat box is saying, while coding is about creativity, as it should follow very standard syntax to code. So if I'm trying to rephrase that, though coding is creative, do you have to still follow all of the syntax when you're coding? I think probably we can take that as a question from Jingpan.
Oh, okay. So in that case, I will use a scenario. So it's more like you playing soccer, and then you have to be creative to score the goal, right? So in playing the soccer, there are some requirements you have to follow. For example, you first have to have the soccer ball, and you need a field to play on, and you need players like opponents to play against, and you need you need like a goalpost, and you need a keeper in that goalpost. So your task is, if coding is something that we can liken to soccer, you as a developer, you cannot take away those bases, right? You cannot take the players from the field. You cannot take the ball from the equation. You cannot take the keeper from the equation and all that. But where the creativity comes in is where you have to use your own skills, your dribbling skills, to to maneuver your way among them so that you can make a goal, right? So the creativity part of coding is not the syntax. It has to do with what you're going to use the syntax to make. Unfortunately, I think Jimpan is not here to listen to this, his response, but I hope it helps someone.
Okay, so guys, we can take all of the questions, but let's get Tumusang Daniel. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I think Jimpan is here and responded thanks. So I think that answer best suit her concern, or his or her concern.
Okay.
Tumu.
Okay,
Are you there, Daniel?
thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much. My name is Tumsen Daniel. I'm now in Zhejiang Ocean University. I have a question. We know everything can have a positive side and a negative side. And I want to know if there is any limitation or challenges of integrating ChatGPT into programming workflows. And if they are, what can be a solution of that challenge or those limitations? Thank you.
Okay. So the good part of ChatGPT is it make you work faster. But the challenge, you have to have experience in what you are doing, I think. If you don't have experience in what you are doing or what you want to achieve, it's going to be useless. The code going to be useless, because the way in which you ask ChatGPT, that's the way it's going to respond to you. So, and if you don't have experience, you might think that the answer that ChatGPT is giving you is the right answer. And once you put that in your code, it might not work. So that can be a challenge.
Okay.
Someone
Okay, so,
here say,
okay, yeah, you can take it, the one from the chat box.
Yeah, this person says, I think it's Morris F. Gibson. They say, how can plagiarism be avoided with everyone running to generative AI and LLMs for help? Okay. Now this is one of the things that this is like, is one of the unfortunate things of this generative AI and LLMs, because it can be used for good and it can be used for harm. The good is this can help you to be smarter, and it can also help you to be dumb. I don't know if it is right for me to use that word, but if you use generative AI to be creative, it can boost your ability to be more creative. But if you try to use generative AI to just do copy and paste, it's going to make you lazy. And most of what they're going to give you is going to be other people's work, like something that is not unique. But one thing I can tell you, the way in which you can avoid plagiarism is based on you, the individual yourself. So you have to be more creative. The tools is available, but they cannot show you how, they cannot come and make you use the tools. The tools is available. You can use the tools yourself. I don't know if that answer your question, but it's just all about you, the individual. You have to be creative. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so we have, let's take the last
yeah.
three and then we call it a day from the Q&A. Charles, and Charles, you didn't use your full name, so we'll soon be taking attendance. There are so many Charles, so if somebody else said, or somebody impersonate and said it was them, I don't know who's going to resolve that. Yeah, Charles, go ahead, ask the question.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me say, firstly, say a big thanks to the presenter. Well, thank you so much for the splendid presentation. My only concern now is about the accurate of this AI, right? So I wanted to know whether there's a specific way to measure the IQ of these different AI you mentioned here, like Google Gemini, Stable Diffusion, the journal, DR, and other stuff. So is there a specific way that you can measure the IQ, that's the intelligent quotient of
Yeah, intelligent quotient. You mean to measure the IQ of each of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if we can use that word IQ when it comes to AI, because IQ mostly is used to measure how people think on humans, our level of intelligence. Currently right now, people don't want to use, I don't know. The thing is funny because AI, they have some level of thinking, but people don't want to accept that, because it sounds scary. They don't want to have that notion. So, but we cannot say, what we can say is to look at, to know how, I think the reason you asked this question is to know how smart the AI is. So the way in which we can know that is to know the level of information that it has been trained on. So for example, if I had a time, I could have done that. You can search around on Google and you will see how many billion parameters that how many texts that ChatGPT was trained on. It is more than 10 billion texts, and how many books and those kind of things that it were trained on. So based on those informations is what you can use to measure the smartness of these AI tools.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's take Joseph Dolo and then lastly Abraham Pay. That's all for today for the Q&A. So Joseph Dolo. Joseph, are you there?
Yes, I'm on. Thank you so much. Are you getting me?
Yeah, go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, thank you so much to our speaker for today. Did extremely well. Yeah, my question have to do with how can we ensure that the data set we use to train AI model is representative and doesn't include harmful biases?
Okay. Okay.
Did you understand?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. Can you please say it again?
How can we ensure that the data set we use to train AI models is representative and doesn't include harmful biases?
Okay. So yeah. So that word bias, is hard to say, because bias right now, it just means, AI taking side. Like you saw earlier, I don't know if you were present at the time, that I tried to make the AI to think that it was wrong. That was being biased, right? So by itself, the only thing, that is not something that we have to worry of as users. But if you as a programmer, let's say you work with big companies, these are things that are going to be put into place, because this has to do with some high level of programming as it relates to neural networks and those kind of things. So that is, you use those kind of techniques to make sure that the AI cannot answer to certain questions. So if you go to ChatGPT and try to ask about how to steal or how to rob a bank or those kind of things, it will tell you, say, no, 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 I cannot answer that. So that is something that let's say governments put into place, that they said that ChatGPT or these AI models should not be able to do, and it can only be answered through programming. So it's not something that I can give like a direct answer to right now. Yes.
Okay, so let's get Abraham, and we have 15 minutes left. Let's get Abraham and do our attendance so that we can talk what we have to talk about before we leave. So Abraham, the last question.
Yeah, okay. I'm Abraham.
Okay.
For my name, and studying in India, Bachelor of Computer Science and Engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually interested into the field of cybersecurity, but deep down into digital forensics. So I was really thinking like, how can AI be helpful to me in my career of being a digital scientist?
Oh, a digital scientist.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what is that? I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, in
Yes, yes.
cybersecurity, we have been, in cybersecurity is very large. So we have another field in cybersecurity called digital forensic. So to be a
Oh, you
digital
mean digital
forensic in
forensic?
computer science, you have to be a digital scientist yeah, that's what I mean. So how can AI be helpful to me in that field?
So the question I can ask you again, how do you want AI to be helpful to you in that way? Based on everything we discussed. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve?
Oh, digital forensic, like I said, it's all about gathering stolen information in the data center. Yeah, so if I want to get information that I've been stolen from a company and as a data forensic engineer in cybersecurity, what are some of the things that I can do with AI to help me in that field? Because everything has to do with coding. You have to give instructions and something. So what are some of the things that AI can help me with? Yeah, how can it be beneficial to me? Because I'm only seeing you people going into the software engineering.
Okay, that's a very good question, bro. So AI can help you in that way. It has to do with, you have to have a lot of data, right? Because AI can only work when there's a lot of data. So once you have a lot of data, AI is able to study the pattern, study the pattern in which those informations are being transmitted. And based on that, it can discover or like identify loopholes for you, and you can easily be able to point out loopholes, in your field, to know that, okay, such information is not right, or this information was sent by this person and this purpose was this, based on that, so AI can help you to discover patterns that is different from the set of rules that you as the digital forensic expert put into place. Is that satisfactory to your question?
Okay, I will take it into consideration and also do more research.
Yes,
but
please.
I think you came close. You came close.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, guys, we cannot take everybody. So thank you so much. Abel, thank you so much for joining today. And good to see you again. And looking forward to seeing you again in the future. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
So guys, go ahead, Abel.
Yeah, it was nice being here, and that's all I want to say.
All right. So that was the sharing from our speaker, Abel. For some of you that still have questions, you can ask the question in the WhatsApp group or the WeChat group, and we're going to address that. Those that are here, please try to join the WhatsApp group or the WeChat group. So scan this QR code or take a picture of it, and then go to WhatsApp and make an attempt of sending this picture to somebody. Once you automatically open this picture, it will take you directly to the group. Or if you already know how to scan a QR code to join a WhatsApp group, that can also be great. If not, you can find another way to reach out to us. If you are in China, just scan my QR code, admin. I saw some of you requests already have accepted, and I will add you to the group right after this meeting. So scan my QR code, and I will add you to the WeChat group if you don't want to join the WhatsApp group. We're going to share the attendance record today in these two groups. So in case you are not there and you don't know how to verify your attendance, it's going to cause problem for you. Now let's try to take our attendance, and thereafter I will show you through those AI website and stuff. So it's time for attendance. Please just remain in that position. If you can turn on your cameras, please do that. Let's take our attendance quickly, and then we call it a day. And then if you still have, because we have 10 minutes to go, if we can finish all of the attendance probably in 1 or 2 minutes, I can now move on to the Vera AI website and tools that you can start with. Every day, we're going to give you 5 or more different websites that you can use for your productivity as well. And interestingly today, the speaker covered some of them. So now I'm going to take the first screen. You don't know which screen you are on, so just remain in that position. Also, the recording is going on. So later on, we're going to, sorry, let me just do this so that it can be synchronized across all the platforms. I'm going to do that again because I wanted to also reflect on the YouTube channel, just in case you think you were in attendance and we never recorded you. You can prove us wrong, all right, by visiting the YouTube channel and checking it to say, oh yes, actually I was there. Well, you guys, you don't like me, so you never put me in the attendance. It's covering somebody here. Sorry. I'm taking the second screen, and then we have 2 more screens, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining. You have 4 more days to go to complete. Once you complete 4 days, then you will get your certificate. We talk more about that in the beginning of the program. So because of time, we cannot. Sorry, guys. Okay, let me take the large screen here. Somebody keeps sending message and they're covering somebody else. If you send a message, it's going to cover the face of somebody. Okay, so just stay there, please. One more, please. One more. Thank you. Just be around. We still have 8 minutes officially on the clock, so do not leave. We still have 8 minutes officially. Thank you for joining. Please try to join the WhatsApp and WeChat group.
Yeah, man.
After the training, if you want to leave the group, you are liberty to do so. But for now, at least to have everyone one place, it's important that you just stay in the group. You can ask your question there. You can ask your question there. You can also interact with other people there. And who knows, you might find your own generative AI from the group. And from there, you guys can start to do some generative comparison. So, I'm coming. Just stay with me, please. Just stay with me, guys. It's not easy. We have almost 200% here. I have to make sure I'm not leaving anyone out. Okay, so officially I can say I'm done with the attendance. So if for any reason you are not captured, just stay there with me. Let me do one more thing to also verify it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Thank you for the
Okay, so officially the attendance Officially, the attendance is done. Let me just share the screen and just show you this. If you want to leave now, you can leave. If you want to get some of these sites, you can stay. Officially, you can leave.
I want to ask,
if you
but
have somewhere to
how
go.
is the attendance very taken?
Like
It's taken screenshot. No, it's not. If your picture is not, your camera is not on, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we take a screenshot.
Okay.
Of those that are on the platform now. So that's how it's taken. So I will send in a group a PDF file. The PDF file will be sent in a group, and then you can check that file to see if your name is there. Or if your name is there, you don't have to do anything. If your name is not there and you think you were here, then that's when you have to do something. So once you see yourself in the photo,
so what if someone was not able to do the video and you are taking down the attendance? How are you going to be like?
If you never turn on your camera, no problem. Your name will also be recorded.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if you turn on your video or not. It's still okay.
No, I tried doing it, but they keep telling me that the host disable your camera. So.
Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. As long as you are here, it will be captured. But this file will not be shared in the group. So you have to take a screenshot, or you have to, however way you can be able to.
Can you please send my work so I can read over it?
The meeting is still on. I'm still doing. Are you talking to me? I don't know. So please,
you can be provided a PDF to be powered through the WhatsApp.
It can be shared, but I'm not going to share.
Okay,
Actually, I don't know if you're talking to the meeting still on. It can be shared, but I'm not going to share it there because this is only for those that are attending the meeting. If I share in the group, there are other people who actually didn't attend today.
I understand.
So it's your own benefit. So these five, let's just drill through them quickly. If I already talked about, ChatGPT is the first one. So some of you don't know how to access it. Now let me just, I'm going to paste also the link in the chat box now. Let me just paste this text in the chat box. So in case some of you saw him doing it, but you don't know probably how to even visit that website or how to get a way around. So, okay. I'm just sharing all of them in the chat box now. You can take a screenshot or you can copy from the chat box to whatever place you have to save it. And whatever place you have to save it, you can save it there. For the sake of time, we have 2 minutes here on.
Okay,
so for some people, we're talking about. You say?
I was asking if possible, you can share the attendance list.
Yeah, I'm going to share it after this meeting. I'm going to share in the WhatsApp group and in the WeChat group. So you receive it once you are in the group.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So as long as you're here, don't worry, we capture you. So the first one, you already see the ChatGPT screen and how it's looking. But if you need to visit the website, you just copy this link here, and then you go to your browser. Let me use this guy. So if you see here, these are all the videos on YouTube for the last edition from day 1 to day 6. So they are all here. Same way, yours will also be here. So you can just go there at any point in time to watch the playback. So once you enter that link that I share, it's going to bring you here. But in case you don't have, or you have not registered yet, in case you are not registered yet, you can just go through the registration format or formalities from there. So that link is going to, are you open to again? Yep. So you already see the ChatGPT stuff. He demonstrated that. So let me just show you a different one. For Copilot, that is basically on Bing. And it's very important because, for example, let me just open, and it's better that you have this Edge browser. It works better for Edge browser. So this is the Copilot feature. So for example, let's say you have this. Let me open one PDF document here. Let's say you have a report and you open this PDF. The PDF can be on your computer. Maybe if you set your default browser as Edge and you double click on that, it's going to open the PDF directly. Or you can right click on the PDF document from your computer and you choose open with Edge browser. So once that's open, you have, maybe you have a report or you have something. This is one of my research paper. You have a report to do. Probably your teacher said you have a research meeting and you have to present on this paper, or you need to give a summary of this paper. And you don't have all the time. As you can see, this is 15 pages document. So you don't have all the time to read through everything. All you can do, just, if you look in the upper right corner here, you will see the Copilot symbol or feature. Hello. You click on this guy. Hello. Somebody was trying to speak. Hello? Okay. So now if you click on this Copilot feature, it has two functionality. One, it can be able to interact with this PDF document, or it can be able to communicate directly with the web. For this Copilot feature is using GPT-4. The demonstration you saw from the speaker is on GPT 3.5. And for some of you that would just register today with it, you will be using GPT 3.5 because that's the free version. If you want to upgrade to use the 4, then you have to pay, I think, $20, or I don't know how much it charge per month. So you open this one, you already have GPT-4. Once you use the Bing browser, you already have GPT-4. So what you can say here now, for example, you can tell this to summarize this web page or this web document. So it's going to tell you that this conversation that it's going to do is not going to store it or share it out, because this PDF is not something on the web. It's from your own computer. So it's not going to save that information. So now it's going to summarize this research paper, and you can probably see how it's doing everything here. So it's summarizing the entire research paper for you. You can also ask, for example, if the research paper has some equations, or maybe even this figure, right, figure 1. If you want to understand the working of this figure 1, you can also ask this Copilot. So you have already summarized the entire paper already here, and also give you the references as well during the summary. Yeah. If you want to understand a specific question, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
Sorry that I interrupt.
No problem.
Why is it for this? Why is it for this bench? Your question is being limited when you don't have an account with Microsoft Edge. Or sorry, if you don't have a Microsoft account, why is it that your question is being limited? Because I remember I interacted with it before, and I have a limited question because I was being told that I don't have
Okay, what you can do once you have Gmail, Gmail also works with Microsoft, so you can use your Gmail to sign in. So that will also work for you. You can use your Gmail to sign in. But if you don't have email at all, you can still be able to use this feature. But like you said, it will give you maybe limited option. I've not explored that because my account is already signed in. So
thank you so much.
Each session you have up to 30 search, but what I can advise is as you start to approach 30, the responses are not going to be, they're not going to be in depth. Also, it's going to start acting funny. So after a certain period of time, maybe 10, then you can try to refresh. You can try to refresh the section here. So many of you will do a research paper from your supervisor or from whatever places you are. You will do a research paper. You also deal with books and all of that. It's difficult sometimes if you don't have the teacher to explain maybe the equation or the figures or the graph or whatever. You can be able to ask this guy and he can be able to explain everything for you from this paper. You can ask him to explain this figure. You can ask him to explain maybe this equation. Let's say this is equation 1. So you can even ask this guy to explain equation 1. You can ask this guy to explain equation 1. He's going to explain for you, and a whole lot of things you can do with the Bing Copilot. Now let's go to the next feature. So here is trying to now explain equation 1. So in case you are not good at mathematics, but yet and still you are still a student, you need to understand mathematics and all of that. It can be able to explain the equation, what it does. You can also go further by asking what is S arrow, what is MS arrow, and it's going to tell you all of these things as well. So it will explain the equation and what it does. So let's move on to the next guy here. If you want to leave officially, the meeting is over, you can leave. But if you still want to get these things, then you can stay. For Bing search is basically the same as this Copilot guy, but Bing search operate more of like a Google search. So let's say we close this guy, and the link that I share with you, can you use Gmail to sign in? Yes, you can use the Gmail to sign in. For Mac, it doesn't matter if it's Windows or whatever. It all depends the browser. So for MacBook, I'm sure they have Edge browser for MacBook. Hello? Yes.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Thank you. Just mute everybody because some of us are still in people talking about. So it's better to mute everyone who can listen.
Okay.
If we are not recognized to speak, let us mute our mics, please. We causing too much disturbance because I'm naturally getting the CEO.
Okay, so I think it should be fine. Let me just stop other people here. I'm working with 2 screens, but I have to move a little bit, that's why. So you can use the chat box, probably if you want me to go over it. If you want to leave, you can leave. Let me also stop sharing. Let me stop the recording.